Ba-da-bum. Up. And welcome to part 4 of DnDcraft. So I accidentally made a little bit of a mistake apparently going forward here. Triggers a voice line, which obviously already triggered. And yeah, so that honestly my mistake. But I'm hoping that we're not too close to the end. Like, I'm assuming there's still quite a bit more left to go. Because otherwise it's going to be pretty embarrassing if this is the end.
I had hoped not to trouble my lord with such blind, foolish meat as yourself. But if one of us cannot fulfill our master's desire, then the other must. Once you have been eaten and your flesh given to our master, once both of your souls have been expended, you will see our truth and join us.
At least I am hoping that this is the final battle and just... Because like, if it is, it's just going to be embarrassing. Oh, you know, it wouldn't be because we still have upgrades we need to get.
Use the rod now!
Yeah, I was gonna say, just get close to this.
Vair? Vair, are you okay?
Contra.
Vair, it's over. We did it. I can still feel you, though. Can you hear me?
Contra. We are still connected, but not... This...
That was an entertaining stumbling block. A curious and enjoyable show. I will not stop you. It is clear that this attempt to bring my world's enlightenment to your limited minds has been rejected and foiled. However, I would give you a parting gift. If anything, just so that there is still something left for when my master and my greater self finally step out of your kind's dreams and into this reality.
What was that? Are you okay?
An interesting dream, for sure.
Do I not get to keep his mask? Do I literally just jump off or no? Little disappointed I can't just jump straight off, but oh well.
What's happening? I can still feel you, but all I feel is fear and pain. Where are you? Katra! Oh, thank all the divines, you're safe!
My child. I thought that you were... I feared the worst. I can't believe that you...
Are you hurt? What do we have to do? Your father's a bit of a wreck seeing you again, and I can't say I blame him, but we can manage whatever you need of us. I'm sorry, but I think my friend is really hurt. I have to find him. Just have everyone follow me.
There you are. That was one of the most harrowing fights I've ever endured. Worthy of a song, and you should have seen how many of those wretches we cut down. But I never want to do that again. I'm considering an early retirement after that. Sorry. I saw the dragon run by. It didn't see us, and I wasn't sure if it was friendly or still under the cult's control. So, we decided to wait and see if you could explain things.
It's Vair, but something's wrong. He's hurting. Did you see where he went?
Aye, he's right outside. Just be careful.
I like how I'm assuming that's supposed to be her shield, and it's literally just stuck in her hand. Like, just the way you equip this shield is to literally just stick it in your hand.
Vair, what happened? Talk to me. What can I do for... Easy. It's okay, honey. Where? You're with us. You're safe. The demons! Where are the demons? Shh. There are no demons. It's just us. You're okay. I saw them. I saw... Oh, my head. I can't. Vair. What happened to him?
I am here again.
What was that? What did we just see? Why are you not in your body?
The creature of worms forced that vision into my mind. It was maddening, agonizing. I did not mean to return to your mind and expose you in the first place. It simply happened. I do not know why. I am sorry.
It's okay. It still hurts. What was that we saw? I can remember it, but it doesn't make sense, and it hurts to think about, to remember.
Yes. We felt and saw the same thing. I can only make out parts. The beginning is difficult to interpret. It seemed like nonsense to me. However, the last scene, that was a vision of Demogorgon, Prince of Demons, the very embodiment of chaos. He wants nothing more than to drag all of creation into the infinite, tumultuous depths of the abyss.
What does he have to do with anything?
Even if you could not understand the message, I could. I could feel it in my bones, at least for the brief time that I had any. Demogorgon is coming, and he will bring his swarms of howling, ravening demons with him.
So we're going to see more of what we saw in Revel's End.
Yes, but immeasurably worse.
That's hard to imagine. Demon Prince. I don't... What can you tell me?
Not much. He has come to the material plane at least twice. The first time, he was imprisoned here for decades by an order of holy warriors, preventing him from ruling his domain and plotting against us. The second time, he appeared in Menzoberranzan, along with several other demon princes, and their battle nearly destroyed the Drow city. Menzoberranzan is protected by Lolth, and teeming with some of the strongest fighters and spellcasters in all of Faerun. You can imagine what Demogorgon could do to the surface world and its less protected cities.
It would be a massacre.
Yes, to say the least. Aside from that, he is also known to spread madness like a disease. The survivors of his attacks, if any, would be broken men and women who could prove as dangerous to others as themselves.
So we're going to see more of what we saw.
Yes.
That's hard to... It's not exactly good news. Okay, one thing at a time. We need to get going before something attacks us in these tunnels. Can you go back into your body if we use the rod again?
Maybe, but I fear that the vision will return. Even if it does not, I felt that my brain ached and was ready to split from what I had seen. I worry that even if I can endure the pain, being in my own body for too long will drive me mad.
Okay, that's a problem. I can't move your body on my own. None of us can. And I can't just leave you here in the Underdark.
Use the rod, then. I will stay in my body for as long as I can stand it before I come back into yours. As much as I hate to admit it, I do not think that I can survive in my own flesh. You will have to move me a small distance at a time.
Okay then. This is going to take a long time. He can only move for a little while before he needs to rest. Can you still escort all of us out of these tunnels and back to Mithril Hall?
It's an inconvenience, no doubt about that. But I'm more worried about being stuck and exposed down here. Still, if it's the only way to get the dragon back up, then my squad and I still have a mission to fulfill.
At least I'd assume that that's a shield. Like, it could be a melee weapon, but at the same time, why would you have a punching weapon along with an axe?
Really watch your backs.
Okay, thanks. All right then. Let's get started.
Never in all my days did I think to see a dragon in Mithril Hall. Not after what Shimmergloom did to this place. Inviting one to stay with us, though. Preposterous. Yeah, here we are. Fengir tells me that even though the body is healed, every time Vair attempts to re-enter his body, while the vision is still fresh in both his brain and soul, it causes the brain itself to start tearing apart. Fengir, what do you propose to fix this?
Unfortunately, there is no quick solution. Should we wipe the memory from the dragon's brain, his soul still remembers. The soul would reintroduce the vision to the brain, and we would be in the same place we started. The best we can do is to fortify the mind so that the brain will be strong enough to endure the information when the soul returns. Honestly, this is a fascinating opportunity to investigate how we might strengthen our minds and perhaps accept eldritch knowledge that...
Thank you, Fengir, that's enough. We'll talk about this more over dinner once our work is done. That means this will take some time. Now, according to you two, how long until Demogorgon arrives?
We aren't sure. We think it's pretty soon, but we can't be sure how soon.
And what other proof do you have that they will indeed appear?
We...
Actually, Tordek, the priests, wizards, and I already ran tests and managed a bit of divination. As distressing as this is to admit, what Katra describes is very possible. Maybe even likely.
Well then, in that case we will need a plan, and soon. Most of all though, we need information. Our priests and clerics here can only tell us so much, and I question how useful their often biased insights will be in the first place.
Hey!
Well, if it is information we need...
We know someone who might be able to help. I've been meaning to contact him about this anyhow. We can talk to him right away.
Good. While you're doing that, I will see what I can do about improving our defenses against demons, of all things. I never should have wished that this job was more interesting. Let Fengi listen in on the conversation if you can. He will be able to add more than I.
Well, who's this helpful soul you've managed to find? A friend from home? Maybe the Avowed who helped you in Candlekeep?
That's the one.
Who was that, by the way? Any chance I'd know their name?
It was Archmage Thesserai, Sage of Magic in Candlekeep.
Wait, Arch...
Yeah, maybe I should have mentioned that when I was explaining everything after I first got here.
And you can just contact him whenever you like?
Well, not really. He made it pretty clear that this was a limited privilege.
Still, that he would even... that you... But I... just talk to him already.
Sage Thesserai? This is Katra, the one with the... dragon issue?
I hope that you aren't using this stone just to ask for gardening advice or to tell me about a nice dog you saw.
We may have something of a crisis on our hands.
Oh, please be something good. The last crisis I had to deal with was when Sage Thimblebottom couldn't find his favorite tea leaf. Asked me to teleport some here from his hometown.
To make this as brief as possible, we found the Rod of Alignment and were able to put Vair back into his body for a little while. But there was a complication, and his soul had to come back into me. However, we learned that there's a significantly larger problem on the way. Apparently, Demogorgon has found a way to enter our world and is about to tear open a portal from the abyss.
The Demogorgon? The Demogorgon, as in the sibilant beast, as in the two-headed monstrosity that could single-handedly end any given city if he sneezed at the wrong time?
Yeah, that's the one.
You're joking.
No, not this time.
Oh. That isn't exactly promising news. Before I start preparing an escape portal to literally any other plane of existence where he is not, what do you need from me?
Well, we were hoping that you might know how to beat him, or at least be able to find out.
Well, the obvious answer is to find a holy relic of commensurate power and kill him with it. However, those are few, far between, hidden and often unbelievably difficult to get to. It could take months just to find one powerful enough, and then there is every chance that should you manage to claim it, whatever god blessed the relic in the first place will decide to be a jerk and withdraw their power from it just because they don't like how you butter your toast or something else equally arbitrary.
We might not have that kind of time in the first place. Do you have any other ideas?
Aside from running away, make a new one.
Pardon?
Make a new sacred weapon, or at least something that can emulate his sacred weapon's properties. That could take just as much time, though, so you would need master craftsmen and powerful enchanters to help you.
Well, how good are the dwarven smiths of Mithril Hall?
Some of the best in the world. If anything, the mithril they mine there would be a very valuable ingredient for the weapon. That is, if we could get any. Why?
I think you two should talk. I'm probably just going to slow things down.
Me? Hello, Sage Thesserai of Candlekeep? I am Fengir Gearden, wizard in charge of magical defenses and research in Mithril Hall. Katra handed the stone to me. Well, first, I wanted to say that I am an ardent supporter of the Avowed and would give my beard to visit Candlekeep's libraries, but perhaps we should, for now, focus on the approaching Demon Lord. Ah. Right. Uh-huh. I eagerly await your message. He wants to talk to you again.
You two debated for ages. Hope that was worthwhile.
It was. I'm not much of a craftsman myself, so Fenrir's input is important. Still, even once I send the weapon schematics and inscriptions to him, the dwarves can only do so much. They are phenomenal builders and quite capable with magic, but we want the best if we can get it. Have you ever heard of the Moonwood?
No. Should I have?
Maybe. It's near to Mithril Hall, and the elves there are rather skilled spellweavers. Even if they do not know how to create the necessary enchantment, they will know someone who can.
I'll leave to find them right away.
Good, but one last thing. Even with this item, I'm sorry to say that you're rather small, pathetic, and squishy against something like Demogorgon. Did you find that storm giant I directed you to? What happened to them?
They had the rod like you said they would. And then that they would keep an eye on me or something. Said they thought I'd be in the middle of important things.
Well, you do seem to stick your nose where it doesn't belong, so that's apt. Tell me her name so that I can contact her. You will want some capable allies to join you in this fight. People or things that can hold their own against something strong enough to uproot trees and won't get in your way like the average soldier.
Her name is Nalkra, but she doesn't care about small folk problems.
Well, maybe Nalkra will be willing to lend a hand in saving the world as we know it. Now, excuse me, there is still work to do.
So apparently, we could theoretically just kill Demogorgon if we were strong enough, which we're not, and send him back to the Abyss that way. Our best option now is to use a holy weapon.
I could have told you that.
No one asked you! I'll be getting further instructions and specific schematics for how to make our own holy weapon soon. Once they're here, we have our work cut out for us.
Understood. Find the best weaponsmiths and crafters that we have for this project. I am not about to spare expense or take chances when we are trying to kill the next best thing to a deity. Good. That took longer than I would have liked, but better than finding out later that our best defense against Demogorgon is flawed and about as useful as a pickaxe without a handle. Now, take this. This letter of introduction was signed and sealed by our king. Seek Moonvines, a settlement in the Moonwood, and give this to the elves in charge. It explains the situation and should secure you an enchanter. Now that the cult is no longer a threat, Mithril Hall's gates are opening again. You can get to the Moonwood by going alongside the mountain until you come to a ravine. The trees you'll see on the bridge's far side are your destination. Good luck, and be quick.
Let's see. I feel like bumping up charisma would be a bit better. Oh, got a new spell. That honestly seems kind of pointless considering the fact that we just kill most of the monsters we encounter with magic missile. So it's like, yeah, would you want to hold them in place as you kill them quicker? Like a single bloody hit. Now, I'm guessing that they didn't really do this manually. Like, they didn't just enter creative mode and start chiseling away at the walls. But I'll have to admit, like obviously I'm not much of a map creator, knowledge person. This still did a pretty good job of making each area feel decent.
The Underdark's deep gloom made Mithril Hall's lighted caverns seem bright as day. Finally stepping out into the sunshine again after so long, the world is blinding. You squeeze your eyes shut, waiting for them to adjust, as you listen to the breeze drift over the mountain and feel it brush against you, enjoying the first fresh live air you have felt in what feels like years. When you can finally open your eyes again, the view down into the plains and the green forest makes you smile, and you're ready to swear never to go underground again as the surface world beckons.
I have not been among elves in nearly a century. Dragons and elves have much to learn from each other and share great respect, but there has always been a tension between us, ever since the war that saw the elves overthrow dragonkind's rule.
Wasn't that war over 1,000 years ago?
Some wounds run too deep. They will always remember what my kind did to them before the fighting, and my kind will remember their actions in the war. These are pains that each of our children inherit, and we can only hope that the hurt fades just a little bit more with each generation.
That's relatable. Anyhow, where do you think their leader is?
They might not have a set leader, but I would guess that whoever is at the center of all things and looks the busiest is a good bet. Or you could always just ask around.
Need a lift? Need a lift?
If it's just across the bridge, why is it an option? Like, why is it an option to go there? Yeah. Which I guess it would make sense that the audio would play like that. Because I was just like, okay, if I'm going to just teleport to Moonwood, why are they giving such a long audio?
A human? I must say that it has been some time since one of your kind ventured into our part of the forest. My name is Naivara, guardian of Moonvines. What brings you to us? I have come from Mithril Hall with an urgent message and a letter from the king. The king himself? That seems excessive. What is this message?
Naivara's gentle expression turns stern as she reads. She begins examining the letter itself, the seal, the parchment it is on, and there is a flash of light around her eyes as she casts a spell during the investigation. When she is done, she looks at you with none of the levity that she greeted you with and hands the letter back.
We have had some strange creatures roaming the woods, but Demogorgon is another matter entirely. Forgive me, but I will have to verify this myself. Watch my body. I must step away for a moment. Ah! That was not pleasant, nor exactly expected. All right then. Well, in that case, we have a problem on our hands aside from Demogorgon. You need a weapon powerful enough to harm a demon prince and seal him back in the abyss. Unfortunately, we simply lack the capabilities to make anything like that. even with the supposedly marvelous weapon you carry. Well, what are we supposed to do then? Raise an army? Set a trap? While both of those are decent backup options, I may know a way to gain the power needed for such an enchantment.
Why can this never be simple?
There is a temple deeper in these woods, one dedicated to the moon deity Selyun. She has the best interests of mortals at heart, and her temple has been a site of blessings and great workings in the past. I have a nasty suspicion there's a nasty catch to this. Indeed, for the temple is guarded by a sphinx. She is generally good-natured and does enjoy the few visitors she gets. However, she also has a tendency to, well, she is a guardian as well as a judge, and if someone seeks the temple's power and she deems them unworthy, she tends to eat them. How does she determine if one is worthy or not? She seems partial to riddles and word games. She has also been known to, on occasion, eat someone even if they answered her questions correctly. Wow, what a cheater. Quite. So do I have to kill her to get the blessing? No, absolutely not. She is a servant of Selyun and placed there by the Moon Maiden herself. If you harm her, not only will you never receive the blessing, but you risk incurring Selyun's divine wrath. Then how do I prove myself worthy? Frankly, I cannot say for certain. The Sphinx has always been unpredictable, but there must be some code or command that she upholds, else Selyun would remove her.
Provided the deity's even bothering to check in.
The best I can say is to venture to the temple, ask her yourself, and never turn your back on her. And be ready to run like a pack of devils is on your trail. That's not entirely encouraging, but I don't have much of a choice here. I'll try. Good luck.
What excellent news. Not only is making the weapon we need to save Faerun more complicated than expected, we have to face a temperamental monster who may decide to kill you regardless of whether you pass her tests. Wonderful.
Just be glad that the two of us can puzzle out her trials together. I hope you're good at riddles, Vair.
I am not.
While I have you here, would you be willing to investigate something for me? I will, of course, pay you for your services.
I get the feeling I maybe shouldn't have just jumped down and assumed that she was done.
What do you need investigate? The elves of Moonvines have reported seeing strangers in purple robes traveling through the woods, but avoiding other people. We have also noticed that the old abandoned fortress of Methegrist now has lights shining through its windows at night. Hopefully this is nothing to be alarmed about, but it would ease our minds if you could determine what is happening there. I can do that. I'll be back when I know more. Thank you. Be safe.
Boy, I sure hope I don't run out of coins. I'm just curious because they do switch, but like, I'm guessing that they're still the same thing. I don't know. Nope. I get the feeling we are. We're not specifically almost done. It will be done, hopefully, in this session. Good to know I was just completely heading in the absolute wrong direction.
Something about this small lake puts you at ease. This part of the forest seems quiet, peaceful, and the animals sense it too. All manner of creatures come to drink here or rest on the banks. Though peace in the natural world is short-lived, and soon enough the visitors must leave to re-enter the dangerous wilderness.
See, I'd want ideas like this in my main Minecraft world, but I would just lack the imagination to do it. Like, I've seen some good Minecraft builds, but maybe it's just me. I don't really feel like copying people is a good idea. Like, who knows? Maybe people are like, oh yeah, copy this arc build. Good idea. Make your... oh, it's not unique, but it looks nice. Or like, yeah, copy this Minecraft building. And it's like, yeah, it looks cool, but it's not really your own design. Honestly, for me, I really
These robes
can't.
look familiar. I cannot place them, but they do not inspire any sense of comfort, to be sure.
Oh, really? The robes are what made you feel uncomfortable? Not the people who are trying to kill us?
Well, yes, that too.
Like, for me, yeah, I definitely suck at building. Like, my most impressive building is essentially a box. See, I also feel like this is another just kind of issue with the map. Is that not only is it one, yeah, you're essentially going to be regenerating health, but at the same time, you've also got the idea of, even if I were to end up dead here, killed by the cultists, there's really no downside. It's not like, yeah, if you die, the entire area resets. If you die, you lose a bunch of progress. As if the enemies respawn anyway, then it really just kind of devolves into, yeah, guess I'll just wait here. It's like it's really not much of a challenge if the idea of difficulty is I can just wait until my health recharges. And even up against the bosses, maybe I could have min-maxed magic missile and made it just so much more stronger. And it would just instantly kill bosses. Maybe that'll be a thing, but as it currently stands...
Bair? I think that these people are worshipping dragons.
Oh dear, that is not good.
Why? I mean, aside from their repeated attempts at murder.
Dragon cults are almost always oriented toward the crueler, vain dragons of the world. Chromatic dragons often enjoy or demand worship and service, while we metallic dragons seldom make such demands. When a cult appears, it is usually because they have already pledged themselves to one dragon or another. Worst case scenario, one of these cults managed to bring Tiamat from her domain in the realm of devils. She was defeated before she could be fully established in Faerun. But it was a close battle, and even that shadow of her was a living cataclysm.
Do you think they're trying to do the same thing here?
I certainly hope not, but it is a possibility.
Speaking of Tiamat, the Fate Grand Order 1, or whatever it is. I love that look of Tiamat. Like, I've seen the Smite one, and honestly, yeah, the Fate one, definitely a lot better. But then again, that's like a giant dragon lady, so like, of course it's gonna be better. I think the only Fate series I have seen is the first one, which I think was I don't know, the one with Rider, Hercules, Saber, I think. King Arthur chick. I forget the specifics, but it was the one of like Hercules and Cowboy. I was wondering what the hell was attacking me. And the other one is the one with MASH. Those are literally the only two that I've seen. I know I said the only one. Yeah. No, only giant puppies. Okay, maybe it has some minor use, and that it's not. Does it come off cooldown? Oh, I was about to say, does it come off cooldown on the menu? I was also about to question if I could drop the spell. Because, like, what if you only have... so many items and the spell just does not go to an item slot. Was he just burning himself alive on a candle? So Voice acted for the most part, except for here. Please stop, I surrender. I've had enough of this place, and it's not worth dying over.
Your friends seem to think otherwise.
They were fanatics, not me. I am sick of sacrificing and praying to something that isn't here, hoping that a dragon will swoop out of the sky to save us from the demons or something. It seems ridiculous.
Yet, here we are. The irony is painful.
Then why join in the first place?
Because I was scared. I wanted to be protected from the demons when they came, and this seemed my best option. Now, though, even if we survive the demons, the endless sacrifices, the violence, it cannot hold.
So there is not even a dragon here that you serve?
They were here for a few days, but then left, and I do not think they plan to return. They seem to be fleeing the invasion too.
Katra, if I might make a suggestion, tell them about us and speak on my behalf. Tell them to find a dragon worthy of service and one that will protect them. There are more metallic dragons in the world than people realize, and most would welcome the company.
Listen, this may be hard to believe, and sometimes I question it myself. But I have the soul of the noble golden dragon Endandravair living in my body. He says that you should all go out and find an actual dragon to serve. Better yet, find one that actually cares about you and reciprocates your affection and efforts.
Indeed, especially if you really insist on this worship nonsense. Yes, we are vain and awe-inspiring shards of elemental and divine power, but we are not actually gods. The ones who want you to think that they are gods are just the dragons that will betray or use and abandon you.
He says that any dragon who wants you to worship them as an actual god is the kind that will just stab you in the back when it suits them. He said it in more elaborate terms than that, but I honestly don't enjoy being his mouthpiece.
And how do we know that you've actually got a dragon inside you? This sounds particularly suspicious to me.
Is there anything we can do to prove it to them?
Not that I can think of.
I think you'll just have to take my word on it. Unless you want to start quizzing me on dragon lore or something else you might know.
No, I don't think I will. I do have a test in mind, though.
I have a bad feeling about this one.
Even if I were to cast a detection spell on you, the results won't tell me much. You could just be descended from a dragon, or blessed by one, or something else like that to give you a draconic aura. However, there is said to be an artifact nearby. One that only functions for true dragons. An orb activated by their essence. Part of why we came here was to help our Dark Lord to find it. He said that many older dragons have an idea of where to find it. If you really have a dragon whispering in your ear, have him lead the way, bring back the orb, and activate it.
That actually seems like something we could accomplish. I do remember something about a dragon eye orb being kept in this forest.
Well, if not, we have no reason to listen to you, even if we cannot overpower you.
We accept. We will show you a better way. Just wait for us to return.
Of course.
I will keep things calm here as best I can, and make sure that there are no ambushes or other traps set for you when you come back. Be quick, though. Some of these people are far from the patient type.
I guess if I had one,
Wait,
like,
Katra,
thing.
the orb. It should have been left on that pedestal. Barring that, I should have sensed it as we came closer.
Well, what do we do now? Ask the ogre? Doesn't seem like a terribly...
Human, you have gold? Other shiny things? Need more treasure. Master turn us to stone or eat us if don't have.
Actually, I was wondering if you or your friends have seen a black ball around here. Looks kind of glassy.
No, you give treasure. That sword's shiny. Give us sword, maybe I tell you.
I can't give you this sword. We need it for a greater battle.
Then we say nothing, we take sword.
Okay, I'll just make you tell me. But don't blame me when you get hurt. You did this to yourself.
Like, I was already going to attack him anyway. Do we not talk to him about it? Oh, do we still have to kill these guys? They're obviously smart enough to realize, to talk, but they're not smart enough to realize that.
I give up. I'm sorry. I'll tell you about Black Ball.
Could have just done that from the start.
We find cave a while ago. Find ball in here with treasure. We bring back to Master. Come back looking for more. Maybe miss something.
This cave has been pretty well stripped, and I doubt there are any hidden chambers if the orb was out here.
And where is your master?
In big treehouse. Lots of bridges. Master lived there.
All right. Thank you for the information.
Seems we will have to pay this master a visit and introduce ourselves.
Yeah. Do you do? I was gonna say, the one issue that I had with Magic Missile is the lock-on range, but apparently since I couldn't attack him anyway, it was less of an issue. I'm assuming not into there, and I need to go that giant treehouse, because that doesn't really look like one. So, like, aside from gold, there's really no issue, like, no reason to try and fight them, or, like, fight any of the monsters. So it's kind of like, once you have enough gold, it really is just like, there's really no point. Unless you get really tired of the minor inconvenience of being knocked around constantly. Like, aside from that, there's really not much of a reason to fight them. I guess that was a little annoying. Like, a little annoying to the minor sense of I had to spend 5 seconds climbing back up. And now we're gonna let our health recharge for a little bit. Is it not recharging? Like, is it now that we actually have to start using health potions? No. There you go. Still lack of much difficulty. Like, I know it's weird that I'm complaining that it's not difficult enough, and yet I complain about other things that are too difficult. I'm weird.
Well, entertaining as it was to watch as you contended against my staff, the games will have to end here. As you've proven yourself a capable fighter, I offer you a deal. Work for me as my lieutenant and bask in my glory. Help me to build an army that we might claim these woods and the surrounding lands from the rest of your lowly and ignorant race. You will be respected and feared as a servant of Gottsack.
What's the alternative?
I am in a generous mood, so I would give you a choice of how you wish to die. Would you prefer disintegration, petrification, having the life sucked out of you? Or should I simply eat you? I might even put you to sleep first as a final mercy, if you beg.
All beholders are self-centered, Katra. You may be able to use that to your advantage, though he might likewise try to trick you. Just know that he will never give up his treasure or do anything that does not benefit him.
I'm not a big fan of any of those options, so I think I'll just fight you and take what I want instead.
Did you really have to announce that to him?
Then you are doomed.
Hey, am I? Like, you know, seriously, am I? Oh shit, I actually might be. Potion. I could use the potion, please. I don't think this is the dev intended way to kill this guy.
What does it do exactly?
It allows a dragon to contact anyone else who possesses these orbs, no matter where they are in the multiverse. They were made as a way of maintaining our empire before the small folk overthrew my kind thousands of years ago. I suppose we had little use for them once dragons became more solitary creatures after the empire's collapse.
Well, it sounds like the cultists wouldn't be able to use it for anything on their own then. Let's just get it back and get this over with.
I guess that does answer as to where the beholder actually came in from. This is like, because I was looking at the screenshots of it and I was like, where exactly is the beholder gonna come in? So at least that knocked side boss off the story. Don't think I'm supposed to casually be able to steal a horse, but...
There. That looks like where we might find the Gynosphinx.
The what?
Gynosphinx. It's the word for a female... Oh, never mind. Just keep your eyes and ears sharp, lest she ambush us.
Yep. If they didn't want me stealing a horse, they shouldn't have a horse.
Good, you're back. Some of the group have been getting restless, and the one who spoke against you earlier has been taking advantage of that to rock the boat. I don't know how much longer I could have convinced them to wait for you. You have the orb?
Yes. I have returned with the orb, as you demanded.
Have you now? Well then, give it here. Let us see if it is real.
Not you. We will let a more neutral person identify it. You do the honors.
It's real.
Let me see that. Come on, work!
You know that only a dragon can use it. You said so yourself.
Then let us have your new savior try their hand at it, shall we? Since they are secretly a dragon and all that.
Well, go on then.
This is going to take a moment. Now, let's see. Who do I know even has one of these things anymore? Ah, Isolvindra should work. She's not the type to hunt us down simply for disturbing her nap, unlike some others I know.
Interesting. I have not seen this artifact come to life in over a century. Who calls to me?
Well, go on, say something.
I speak for the dragon Endandravair. He sends his greetings and wishes to know if all is well.
Endandravair? That stuffy stick in the mud. Well, that is a surprise, though a pleasant one. Tell him that there is trouble in my territory, as an abundance of demons have begun appearing, though I cannot say from where or how. Any aid or advice would be...
Fool! That you would try to steal my own faithful away from me. The arrogance of you mortals.
Vair, what happened? Who are we talking to?
Ah, now I remember why we stopped using them. Aside from the fact that most of us do not enjoy working together, Bahamut and Tiamat also had a nasty habit of eavesdropping on our conversations and sometimes hijacking the orbs. I will give you one guess as to which one of them is using the orb now.
As this disloyal collection of worms seems to need a demonstration of my superiority, I grant my favor to the one who remains steadfast. Go! Kill this interloper and the pathetic excuse for a dragon that they carry with them. Then purge this group of doubters and unbelievers and worship me as is my right.
My divine lady's will be done!
Quick, Katra, repeat after me.
Behold, there is your proof. Even Tiamat herself either cannot grant the power to protect you, or she simply does not care enough to preserve you. Otherwise, this man would have been unbeatable. Search for a worthy savior elsewhere.
That was...
I was supposed to be a
I
man.
did not think that you could win. When Tiamat intervened, I thought that the both of us, we would be. Does Endandravair grant you this power? Did he give you something that you could overcome one who was empowered by a deity?
No. My strength is my own.
Oh. Still, even though you have proven your point, we do not have anywhere to go or anyone to guide or protect us from the tide of demons. I fear for our future.
Katra, if you could suggest something for me.
Shidin, Endandravair asked me to tell you that you should seek his home in the Cloud Peaks. He shall be restored to his body soon, and regardless of whether he does so by fighting demons here or at my home, he promises to do his best to protect you. Provided that you are willing to give up worshipping evil dragons, that is. Personally, I'd also suggest tidying up his lair and protecting it until he returns, as a way of thanking him.
That seems more than fair. Yes, I will do that. Do you hear that? Endandravair will return, and he promises to bring us under his wing, so long as we are willing to abide by his ways. The journey to the south shall be my pilgrimage and penance for the wrongs I have committed in Tiamat's name, and I will dedicate myself to my new lord's teachings. Anyone else who will do the same is welcome, and I would be glad for the company. I suppose I should thank you for this. It will be a long and particularly dangerous road, but it is one that I can walk with my head held high, knowing that I am doing better things.
Good luck, Shidin. And Endandravair will be back shortly to meet you. I promise.
Thank you and good luck.
Did you really mean that? You'll protect them when you get your body back?
Well, I figured that I might as well keep some staff around to help me here and there. My protection will be one of their employee privileges, let's just say.
You're going soft on me.
I fail to see how keeping a group of butlers who worship me is any form of weakness.
Sure.
They stole my horse. I went in there specifically, and they stole it. I'm kind of half tempted. So like, if the next group of games, once I'm done with this one, okay, yeah, I was about to say, I knew that the temple was nearby. For the next group of games, once I'm done with this one, I'm going to work on pretty much solidly finishing up whatever Star Wars games that I can. And then after that, move on to either
Well,
Warhammer or
I guess
just
we don't
some
need to worry about her
D&D
sneaking
ones.
up on us.
Hello there! Haven't had a visitor in a while. My name is Sunamati. I'm the guardian of this temple and so pleased to make your acquaintance. Who might you be?
My name's Katra. I've come to ask for your help.
Of course. That's all anyone ever wants of me in this place. Never mind that I might want some company on occasion. Has no one considered paying a visit just to say hi?
Well, you do have a reputation for eating your guests.
Only those that deserved it. Can't blame me for getting rid of bad house guests. All right then. What is it that you want?
Faerun is about to be invaded by an army of demons led by Demogorgon.
Oh, yes. Heard about that through the grapevine. Nasty business.
We had hoped that you might be willing to help us get the Moon Maiden's blessing to empower a weapon with the magic and strength to send Demogorgon back into the abyss.
Oh, well that's a reasonable and noble request. Perhaps I won't eat you right away. I am rather peckish, but I can wait to hunt or until you mess up my trials.
No chance that you're willing to help just because the land is in peril and both you and your goddess don't want to see us all perish in flame and madness?
Oh, no. No chance at all. Nice try, though.
Okay then, so what are the trials? What do I have to do?
First, you must answer my riddle. I have cities but no houses, and I have forests but no trees. I have oceans and ponds and streams, but no fish, or at least so it seems. What am I?
A map?
Oh, excellent! I rather like that one and never had a chance to ask it. I'm so glad you figured it out. I'd been wanting to ask that one for going on 32 years now, I think. Still, as much as I would love to continue with riddles and other games, or when I have so many word games we could play, it seems we're on a bit of a tight schedule.
Wait, that wasn't part of the trial?
Heavens above, no. I can tell that your request is honest. The Moon Maiden allows me to see into the hearts of others. However, I do need to test whether you are responsible and of a sturdy spirit. Oh, can you imagine how terrible riddles would be as a test of worth? The most despicable villain or a complete nincompoop could walk in here, answer a few word games, and walk off with phenomenal cosmic power. Huh, not on my watch. No, instead we test the soul. Both of yours in this case.
Excuse me?
Oh yes, I can see both of you in there. I've never seen a dragon's soul and a human's all crammed into a tiny container like that before. Looks uncomfortable.
Oh, hey, Concrete. Again, I did not fucking see you because your name is the same color as the bloody... Not exactly the same color, but close enough that, like, a quick glance and just like, bleh, can't fucking tell. But yeah, some of the riddles are just like super dumb. At least it's not the man riddle where it's like, yeah, walk on 4, then 2, then 3, then none. You're secretly the Pokemon community game. If that were the case, you'd be able to capture more Pokemon.
Anyhow, when you are ready, look deep into my eyes and the trial will begin. Oh, and keep in mind that I will eat you if you fail. That part of the stories is true.
How encouraging. I think I need some time first. I'll be back.
All righty.
Finish the trials, so you may not be the same person. Last chance to take to be new. Yeah, I think unless there are... That's part of the disguise and pretending to be a loser trainer. Yeah, if it were just pretending to be a loser. I don't think, unless there are any additional side quests that I've yet to do. Like, if there are any side quests, then they are completely in other areas that I just did not Do I still get the... Do I get an award for the other quest? No, for fuck's sake. Thank you. Fucking... for just... Yes, I hope no one heard that. But my laptop, specifically the site that I'm using for anime, randomly fucking plays every time you try and leave it paused. It's like, I'll leave it paused on an anime, and then just out of nowhere it'll play, and then go back to the home screen, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. Just... And the one anime that I'm currently watching is what Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. And if you don't know what that anime is, it's definitely not PG friendly, which is kind of weird because I saw people complain about Shield Hero and Jobless Reincarnation for buying slaves. And yeah, in that anime, it's like, yeah, the guy buys a slave, and then within the day, he's already had sex with her. And it's like, did no one look at that anime and find it weird? Or, like, go on a complete rant about it? I don't know. Might just be me.
I'm ready. Begin the trial.
Splendid! Now, look into my eyes. Oh, right! Forgot to mention that there is a bit of a cleverness test involved here, but I'm sure you'll breeze through it. Oh, and the things you'll see. They aren't real per se, but they are true.
Not real, but true. That's not helpful.
I think being vague and unhelpful is part of the territory for Sphinxes. Regardless, we should begin.
Yes, what every person loves are light puzzles. Which I'm not gonna lie, I actually do kind of enjoy light puzzles. Except for the ones in Resident Evil 5 where half the time I ended up burning my sister because she was kind of just standing in the wrong area, and it's just like, oh shit.
Your miserable war has persisted for long enough. I have destroyed the petty tyrants who insisted on continuing this conflict. You will agree to peace and uphold it. If you do not, then I will.
Fire? What was that?
That was one of the first times I forged peace between two warring cities, when I was a young dragon. They live amicably as neighbors now.
Okay, but did you have to start killing people to accomplish that?
The rulers were greedy, and they tricked the common people into wanting the war, stoking their hatred and bitterness. It was the most expedient solution, even if it meant enforcing the law myself and living there for a decade or so.
Sounds kind of like you just replaced two tyrants and became one yourself.
Perhaps, but it was for the sake of the people.
feel like Riddles, Try Nancy Drew, Goofy R games. Isn't Nancy Drew a book series?
Okay.
Is the trial literally just light puzzles? Like, is a trial seriously just light puzzles? I mean, it's a book series, but they made games about it too. I obviously didn't know that because I get the feeling I may have. No. Did I mess this up, or is it literally just that some of these are completely unneeded? Some of them completely
Why
unneeded.
will you not help us? You are our best hope at stopping the Black Dragon.
Your concerns are not mine. It is not my place to interfere in your affairs, nor those of other dragons. Now leave. I do not like being bothered.
But many of us will die if we fight him, and if we surrender, others will die still, as he treats us like livestock!
If you do not want to be treated like cattle, do not act like cattle. I will not warn you again to leave.
You let them fight a dragon by themselves?
Pretty niche. Surprising you didn't know about the games. The point and click, most of them boring. Maybe they are. I just like how chill and ridiculous they are. Yeah, point and click games are usually pretty fun. Like, obviously, I don't have a lot on my laptop. I actually really need to go over the list of games that I have on my laptop just to figure out what fucking ones I've
Heroes
got.
eager to slay dragons appear around every tree and hill. If they could not defend themselves, some mercenary or adventurer would come and rescue them.
And did they beat the dragon?
No, but as expected, a group of sellswords came and freed them of the Black Dragon after a year or so.
But you could have saved lives. You could have prevented them from living in fear and oppression.
It was not my place. They needed to learn to defend themselves and how to establish themselves in the natural order of the world.
Then why did you get involved with the city in the first memory we saw?
Like I said, I was a young dragon, idealistic. It was not until later that I realized what a colossal waste of time playing peacekeeper had been. One city would have conquered the other, or they would have made peace once fighting became unsustainable.
But they didn't fight. You kept them from fighting, and while I'm not sure I like how you did it, you saved lives, kept people from dying.
And I kept the cities from growing. The people in those cities might have developed new medicines or machines or other ways to approach diplomacy. All creatures learn and grow from conflict.
Assuming they survived the conflict in the first place.
I like how the trials literally are just, yeah, prove your worth. It's light puzzles. Nothing else. Like, no challenges or anything. Nothing fancy or special. You literally just have to do a bunch of light puzzles. Can I adjust that? Damn it. There you go.
I would give you a parting gift.
No. Darkness is not my mind. It is my own. Turn to demons. Demons. So many! To darken the sky, please! Caught and anchor me. No, this vision will break them. Sharing the vision. Yes, share the vision. No, voices. The darkness will destroy them. It hurts so much. Don't! After everything they've done for you. But you were a dragon. Your life was more important. Yes.
What can I do for you? That wasn't an accident. You chose to make me see that horrible vision, the one the masked man put in your head. You told me it was an accident.
I was not thinking clearly.
You knew that it would hurt me, could shatter my mind, and you did it anyway.
I was afraid and in so much pain, Katra. I'm sorry, but
But what? But you're not as important as I am? But you didn't need a say in this. You didn't even think to ask before you decided to risk my life, my sanity.
I said that I was not thinking clearly.
Really? What I saw seemed clear enough. That wasn't just selfish and dangerous, Vair. I came to help you when I could have left you in the caverns to die. And you forced me to see something that even you couldn't handle.
I thought that you could handle it, with the both of us sharing...
Oh, really? Because you sounded pretty uncertain in that memory, and I heard a few solid arguments about keeping that nightmare to yourself. Instead, you decided to dump it on me without warning. I still get headaches when I remember that, and I'm probably going to have nightmares of that thing you showed me for years.
I said that I am sorry. What more do you want from me?
I want you to be quiet, okay? Just for a little bit. Let me pretend, at least for a little while, that I don't have some invader in my head that's just using me for their own ends. Just leave me alone for a bit.
As you wish.
That was certainly dramatic. But I think that I've seen enough.
So are you going to eat me, or what?
No, you may have the blessing of my lady.
Good. Where can we do this? I want to get everything over with.
Bring the craftsman and anything else you may need back to this altar tonight. We shall grant you Selune's power under the light of her moon.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing the elf leader chick is just kind of making me want to play Warcraft 3. And I forget her name, but the same voice actress for Tsunade.
Here is your weapon. The tool that will send Demogorgon back to his smoking pit, Ethilsnag. The moon's bite. Keep it close and aim it true. I have enchanted many blades and oddities over the centuries. This one I shall remember keenly, though I should warn you. The enchantment is powerful, yes, but it is impermanent. It seems that Selune was only willing to temporarily grant her favor. The enchantment should last through your contest against Demogorgon. After that, I cannot say for how long it will remain.
It seems that the Moon Maiden either does not trust us, or that she is simply careful about the powers she lets into our world. I can respect that.
Right, because it's not your place to interfere unless you feel like it. I remember. If you have any business to attend, do so quickly. Otherwise, make for Mithril Hall, where your allies have gathered. You can best prepare for the final battle there. Vair?
Katra?
I would have done it, you know.
Done what?
I would have taken on the vision of Demogorgon with you, if you'd asked. If I'd known the risks, I still would have done it to help you. But you made that choice for me instead. I thought we'd shared something, you know? I thought that even more than sharing my body for so long, suffering that terrifying, mind-breaking experience together was... It felt like we'd grown together. I thought it was a sign that we were there for each other, that we could lean on each other to get through something like that. But you didn't trust me. You didn't share anything with me. You took away my decision and used me. I was just a means to an end, and in the moment, that's all that mattered to you. You were more important.
Katra, I am sorry. I truly am.
Really? Every time you say that, I can't tell whether you're trying to convince me that you regretted what you did, or whether you're trying to convince yourself. You got what you wanted. How sorry can you really be?
I made a mistake in the spur of the moment, and I regret what it has caused.
Maybe you do regret it, but I'm the one who has to live with the consequences.
Not gonna lie, the moon not very bright, if I'm just being perfectly honest. It says under the light of the moon, like, yeah, seen brighter moons. Ah yes, it is doing like 12 damage. I can really see as to how this is going to defeat the Demogorgon. Like 100%, I can easily see as to how this is going to defeat just the terror. Like some eldritch terror thing.
The elves claim that this part of the forest touches the Feywild, allowing some of that otherworld strange magic to seep into our own. No one can say whether the trees come from the Feywild, or whether the Feywild's influence transformed them. But either way, these crystalline trees grow like any other, and produce fruit that the locals consider sacred.
Terror from beyond all comprehension is going to be defeated with 12 damage. This game is a total brain shudder, but it's pretty relaxing for me. At least I catch myself snoozing at times. I am so glad that it's putting you to sleep. Like honestly, I'm happy that you're falling asleep. Question is, can I make it over there without suffering water damage? I mean, 0 risk, nice story. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. I mean, there are some...
There is much at stake, young one. Finish your business and prepare for Demogorgon.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I got caught in water. And there's gigantic mushrooms. I'm not gonna lie, if I could build this in my world, I would so build a gigantic mushroom forest. Like, these look cool. But yeah, I can see what you mean. There's like not really a lot of risk if you can just either run past everything or not really have to worry about too much because magic missile kills everything. The Super Mario style Mushroom Kingdom. I was gonna say, the Mario world where like everything was massive. I forget what specific game that was from. I think it was on the I think it was on the Super Nintendo. But my hungry ass will take a bite out of every shroom. Oh yeah, dude, just totally eat everything and you'll end up drugged. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, part of me does kind of like games that you can, like, let's say you look at this. Let's take Morrowind for example, right? Morrowind is a good example of, yeah, it just fucking works. Look, you look at a cliff, and what you do to get up the cliff is literally just countless jumping. I do like when games let you go off the beaten track and pretty much just explore whatever the fuck you want. But at the same time, there's also a nice area for singularity. Well, singularity. Why is it? Linearity. I guess being able to jump over entire cliffs is nice. But it's also nice when you can literally just follow the path and like take in selected scenery as opposed to avoiding the field of flowers because you decided to jump over the mountain, if that makes any sense. It's kind of why in the old God of War games, if you listen to the, I think it's the director track, they mentioned that the fixed camera angles are intentional, as opposed to like just being able to move the camera around freely, so that your attention is drawn to the areas the artist created. Like the artist, the game developers put in a lot of effort making the background scenes. And if you're able to move the camera around as much as you want, half the time you'd pretty much avoid them.
Need a lift?
Despite the looming demonic invasion, Mithril Hall seems little different than it was the last time you visited. Then again, considering that they were on high alert due to Starspawn back then, perhaps a state of emergency simply never ended for them. The sense of tension among the bustling, industrious dwarfs certainly has not diminished, at least.
They should probably remaster Morrowind. I couldn't play it because it's so clunky. On PC at least. Probably the best of the Elder Scrolls series. The other games are kind of goofy. Fixed camera angles are very hit and miss. I remember hating them so much in Sonic Adventure. Yeah, like, yeah, they're hit and miss, but it depends on, like, again, you take God of War 3 and the fixed camera angles are more to show off the landscape. Or like in God of War 2, as running across the chains into an area, the camera pulls back, and you get really amazing scenic shots. In other games, fixed camera angles, well, like in other games, half the time. With normal cameras, you're pretty much fighting with the camera just to try and hit whatever you're trying to hit. But as for Morrowind, part of me wants it to be remastered, but at the same time, part of me doesn't. Like, if you imagine it getting remastered, that probably... It's Bethesda, they'd probably fuck it up somehow. But, honestly, the fact that I haven't completed Morrowind, I've had it for years and still not completed it. Like, you take here, no fixed camera angle and you're running through, but in a non-fixed camera angle, like, yep, in here, you control the camera angle. Forget what I just said. You can run through pretty much just looking at the ground. With a fixed camera angle, you could have it pull back and show off just the enormity of the entrance hall. Like, this is literally just where the entrance is. So be like, oh wow, the scope of this area is actually pretty amazing. And as you get in here...
I had heard you were returning. Was your mission successful? Do you have the weapon?
Yes. Though its enchantment will only last long enough to send Demogorgon back to the Abyss.
A shame. I'd hoped to study or keep it for emergencies. Still, it is what we need for this emergency, and we can be thankful for that. But that's not why I came to see you. I found you to tell you that Endundravayur's mind is both healed and warded against the psychic damage that the Starspawn's vision could inflict. If you two are ready, it should be safe to attempt transferring Endundravayur's soul back to his body.
Good, I'm sick of sharing my head with him anyhow.
If that is how you feel, then yes, we should do this sooner rather than later.
Right. Well, I cannot say as I blame you. Come to the arena when you're both ready.
I played the beginning and dropped it, even though I liked it. Also, Bethesda's doing the Fallout TV show, and seems like it's going to be actually pretty good, judging by the leaked photos. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I hope, like, I haven't seen any of the leaks, but here's hoping it doesn't go the way of Halo TV show, which again, I haven't seen, so yeah, here's hoping that it's not shit. But actually, speaking of, I wanted to ask, once I'm done with this campaign, I haven't even heard of the Halo TV show. It says a lot about its quality. Yeah, I think it's on Paramount Plus, so I would have no idea.
You have some real skill there. Could use some more technique and formal training.
But I was thinking, once I'm done with this specific... How long have we been going? Yeah, that'll be fairly decent. The DnDcraft. I'm going to be working on Halo after this, and for the most part, those will be up on my YouTube. So you're going to have to keep an eye out for that if you want to watch. But I was thinking, after I'm done, should I do Warhammer? Or should I find a bunch of D&D type games?
You have some real skill there. Could use some more technique and formal training.
Are you two ready?
No, considering what happened last time, but we should do it anyway, and soon, please.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
Then use the rod whenever you like.
Well, you alive? Did it work?
Yes, I can still remember the vision, but it is no longer painful, and thinking on it does not threaten to bend my mind until it snaps.
Well, at least that makes one of us.
I am even weaker than before, though. Or rather, my body will not move as I command it to.
We were afraid that might happen. Whenever something influences the mind, it could affect the body, too. It may be some time before your coordination returns, though the impediment should be temporary.
At least you've got your body back?
Yes.
Will you help us fight Demogorgon?
I do not think that would be a good idea. If my body will not cooperate, I will probably just get in your way.
Right. Of course. How should we prepare for this fight?
Beyond what you've already done? Well, that's up to you. Though you should visit the keep before you go. It seems that you have some friends who have come to us in our time of need. Granted, they have a stake in this too, but it is heartening to see such formidable figures standing against the darkness. The spellcaster there will be able to tell you more about our battle plans.
Oh, good. I was wondering if anyone would come. Having their help is reassuring. I suppose this is goodbye, then?
Only if you do not make it back. I believe that you will.
Right. I'll just, see you then, I guess.
Right. Well, until then.
Not familiar with either. Yeah, if D&D
You would best
is
be
kinda
able to
like
free your
this
dragon
one,
friend.
then
Neither of us will enjoy the alternative.
sounds good, but I don't mind anything else. Well, I feel like most of the D&D games are going to involve a lot of reading, which, yeah, that should pad the runtime if I have to read, like, entire, just gigantic paragraphs, but Warhammer, essentially, it's going to be a mixed bag. Like, you've got some that are set in futuristic settings, and some that are, like, Mordheim, where it's, like, turn-based. But Mordheim is a good game, which I'm probably going to start playing after this. Simply because I miss the rats. Like, the Skaven are honestly the better ones, and also... Oh, I go over there. I was like trying to figure out where I go, and then I realized giant storm lady. But I'll have a look to see what kind of games that I've got. And then see about sending them on Discord, and hopefully decking them. Oh, hey, those things did come.
Well, hello again, Gatra. Didn't expect to see me again so soon, did you?
No, actually, not really. Why are you here? Don't you have to protect the temple?
Yes, but well, guarding it seems rather pointless if there are no people left to visit it, or if Demogorgon destroys the temple outright. So here I am, ready to lend a helping paw.
Aren't you scared? A demon powerful enough to tear down Mithril Hall is coming.
Not in the least.
You're not worried about dying?
Oh, I anticipate that I will almost certainly die during the fight, or at least sustain a grievous injury or two, but that's really no big deal for me. Sort of like the demons you fought. As long as I do not die in my native plane of existence, I can be killed as many times as you'd like and simply poof back into existence at my lady's side in her domain.
Isn't it still painful, though?
Yes, horribly so. You would not believe how much punishment a body can take before it finally gives up the ghost. Still, it's just temporary. It all comes out in the wash, as they say.
The Son of Maddie is a mood. I mean, she's not as good as the Sphinx in Enchanted Arms, which is what I was thinking. Hang on, I'll try and find a picture of the Enchanted Arms Sphinx. I can't actually find a specific picture of the Sphinx. Wait, no. There it is, but that's a bloody YouTube thumbnail. I might actually try and finish up. I mean, she's a mood, not a look, but she looks good too. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that. Hang on, I've got bloody face. I'm just saying that the Enchanted Arms Sphinx is nice. But yeah.
Does that mean you'll help us in the fight?
Cinemati's pretty good.
Absolutely! In fact, Selune has sent me as her representative in this matter. Isn't that just great? Oh, and she's given me a new power to play with during the fight. This is so exciting.
She's able to do that. But in the off chance that we need the weapon again, she's like, yep, no, the enchantment's only gonna last until you kill it.
Besides, this is my world too. For as long as I have to guard the temple, that is.
Thank you, Tsunamati, really. I feel much better knowing that you're here.
You're quite welcome. Still, let's hope it makes a difference. It would be an awful shame for us to go to all this effort just for the world to be torn to tiny bits anyhow. Better get ready as best you can, young one.
Hello again, Nalkra. I see that Thesserai convinced you to join us after all.
Yes, though I will admit that the Archmage was rather persuasive.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not sure if you heard, but Vair's healed now. Or, well, mostly.
I had heard of this, yes. Why do you feel obliged to inform me of the dragon's recovery?
Well, if it weren't for you and the Rod of Alignment that you gave us, he and I would still be stuck in the same body. Or worse.
It was Kimmeren's decision to give you the rod, if you recall. I hold no love for the dragon, and would have been content to let him rot, if not for my friend's insistence. Still, I am glad for your sake that you no longer have to share your mind with him. Will he be joining us in this battle?
No. No, he's still too weak and clumsy. It'll be a while before he can fight again.
Typical dragon. Selfish and cowardly in the face of real danger.
So where's Kimmeren? I thought that he would want to come with you. We could really use someone with his power.
He is not as strong as you presume, child. That being said, he would have been useful.
So why isn't he here?
He does not believe that we will be able to stop Demogorgon here. He is using the time we have left to gather allies of his own and spread the news that the other guardians of this world may defeat the Demon Prince after we fall.
Wow, encouraging.
I am inclined to agree with him. If it were not for a pact that your Archmage associate invoked, I too would be preparing a more robust defense. Even the extra time required would cost us thousands of lives before we were ready. It would be preferable to losing everyone and everything in Faerun should Demogorgon win.
If you are here against your will, can I trust you to fight your hardest and support the others?
Do not mistake me, child. I may not think that this is the optimal use of my abilities, but if my strength can buy Kimmeren and the others some time, then it will be worthwhile. I will do everything I can in the coming battle. Never doubt that.
Well, even if it was not your idea to come, I am grateful that you're here. And for helping me in Icewind Dale.
Do not thank me for fulfilling my end of a bargain. It was a simple transaction between us. That being said, it gladdens me to see how much you have accomplished since then, little warrior. And I am proud to have played a part in that.
Look, dude, if you don't have the balls to catch ghost Pokemon, then I have no idea. You might want to check the extension.
I will see you on the battlefield.
Right. Thank you. Professor I?
Ah, there you are. I was wondering if you would show up. We need our secret weapon and all that if we're going to survive long enough to see supper.
True. But if I'm being honest, I didn't expect to see you here.
Yes, well, for all my talk of running away, I rather like this world. Besides, I'm stubborn. Not about to let some quite literally two-faced demon scare me into abandoning Candlekeep.
You just bought some more? But you clearly don't have the ball to catch ghost-type Pokemon. Don't you know normal balls don't walk on them?
You'll owe me a favor after this, though.
I swear, I need to start properly charging my phone. Like, maybe the battery's getting fucked. You don't own that ball. Sounds so weird. What the hell? Who owns it then? I don't know, man. Probably people with more balls than you.
How about we consider me being the one to send Demogorgon back to the Abyss as that favor?
Fair enough. Anyhow, tell me when you're ready to go, and I will bring us to the battlefield.
Where are we going to fight Demogorgon? Do we know where he will be?
There are several small places in the Underdark where tears in the boundary between our world and the Abyss are appearing. The largest of them would be among them, but after studying what those cultists were doing, I've found a way to redirect the tear's location, at least a little. Rather than changing the destination of the tear from the Abyss to some unknown pole to the multiverse that shouldn't exist and is teeming with madness and forces we cannot comprehend, the tear will just go from the Abyss to a place of our choosing.
I'm ready when everyone else is.
Well, speaking for myself, I'll never be ready, but we do what we must, no? Hope teleportation doesn't make you queasy. He's coming. Get ready!
The Server's world. We have not seen this in quite some time.
Not since our imprisonment in Watcher's Keep, Amul.
I would not count that dungeon as the surface.
And I have lost track of how many centuries have passed since we last saw Grim, or felt the material world stole beneath our talons.
You forget the Underdark, Arthradia, and that arrogant drow sorcerer who allowed us through to his city.
Such a brief journey, and without even a glimpse of sunlight.
The battle,
Yes, and the destruction. You do not look like you could provide such entertainment, even all together.
Indeed not. Rather than die here, you would be better served in joining us. We will spare you if you all join us.
Or would you simply prefer to die?
We could even provide some options.
Crushed in our arms.
Torn apart by our claws.
Eaten for our delight.
Oh, that last one does sound good, Arthradia. Do choose that one.
How about instead you just go back to the Abyss where you came from? Or lie down and let us slay you if you need some help getting home? We won't even charge you for the trip!
Ah, we tried, Amul.
So we did, and how reasonable we were.
Yes, at least this way we do not have to wait before we start the killing.
Okay, community
You shall all
game
suffer the Abyss.
doesn't like me anymore. No more Pokemon to Mr. Concrete, for he has no balls. Yes. That is exactly why. Are you lot actually going to help? Like, I'm aware that you're just standing there menacingly, but I'm unaware of you actually helping. can't.
I'm not really sure what this spell does, but here goes nothing!
Ah, it does one.
Your resistance is pathetic.
Okay, maybe the sword actually does more damage if I can get in close. It's significantly just very little damage. Like, specifically, that is not doing a lot of damage. Like girls doing boxing matches. Yeah, the sword really does not. How does magic missile work more? Why does it feel like it just suddenly zoomed in? Okay then. I just imagine if that was how the actual battle went. Like, here was the greatest hero in the entire land standing up against the Demogorgon. And then you just get knocked into a ravine and just stuck. Like, yep. Truly just... like, it's sort of something that I honestly find a bit funny. Like, you take Mass Effect. I mean, the greatest hero drowned in the adventure like 5 times. I think it was significantly more than 5. But like, you take Mass Effect and it's like, here's Commander Shepard, and then Mass Effect 3, you just fall off a building, dead. Like, oh fuck, there goes humanity's savior. Reapers win. Shepard. Oh, I am so glad that I can purchase potions. Like, you can't offer them to me at a discount. You can't, like, say, okay, yeah, after the fight. Why does it take 10 years to use a potion? After the fight, we'll tally up how much you owe, put it as a debt. No, you have to, like, buy potions mid-fight. My damn spell does more damage.
Foul beast! Back to the abyss with you!
Than the sword. Shepard lives in the red ending though.
Bow to me! Bow before the lord of the new world!
Potion! Use potion! Potion! Potion, please! Oh, what is this? Why can't... but I like the idea that Shep died. Be immortal like everyone. Like, bro, what the fuck is up with these potions? I do like that it gives you enough time to just run off and heal.
Belune, I shall slay thee!
You don't have to watch Hey, and let me guess, even when all hope feels lost, and done is going to come in and save the day. Even though we're holding on. Like, look, I can run off. And potion? At all? Anything? Why does it take 10 years to register that I want to use a potion? Like, light beams don't do shit. They're trying their best, okay? Like, literally. They're not trying that hard, but they're trying. I also have like no idea what's going on when it just suddenly zooms in. Motherfucker! Maybe if I could use my fucking potions. Like fucking blah. Let me drink my potion. Do we need to hold it down? Like, is that the issue that I need to hold it down to use a bloody... I'm gonna try and figure this out. Alright, so... Excuse me, I'm trying to figure out how to kill you more effectively. That clearly did not work. Okay, I think Demogorgon is just anti-potion campaign. I think I literally need to hold it down. You know what? Yeah, this one. What if X Factor is sitting so by? Oh yeah, this is totally how it's supposed to work. And here comes...
Prepare for the end of all things! For Oblivion!
Cared about us important.
Finish him!
What the hell? What is this?
No, not yet.
We only just arrived.
Curse you! We will find a way back. When we do, we will find. And your descendants.
Daddy. Yeah, like, from him.
well, I think I've had enough of these ruins. How about everyone else? Right then, just a moment. We're saving one last teleport in case everything went pear-shaped. Was tempted to use it a couple of times there, if I'm being honest. Okay, maybe every time one of his heads looked my way, but no matter.
These guys stand there like they did something. They were emotional support.
Right then, I would say it has been a pleasure, but I will be having nightmares about that for probably the rest of my life. Still, I am glad that I could be of aid. Just, please don't ask me to do anything like this ever again, alright? Have a good life, everyone!
While I would not shy away from another such battle if the need arose, I otherwise share the wizard's sympathies. That will be burned into my mind for the rest of my days. That being said, I was right about you, and I still feel that you have an interesting life ahead. Perhaps we shall cross paths again. Who but the oracles and divines can say? Farewell, Katra.
Wait, what? Everyone's leaving already? I wanted to see if anyone wanted to keep in touch. Maybe write each other. I could use a pen pal. Well, if someone willing to deliver the letters anyhow, I guess. Well, maybe I can get the elves to come visit me sometimes if I promise not to eat them too often. Don't you be a stranger either, alright? Now that you've passed the trial, I'm not even allowed to eat you. So I won't hear any excuses about why you didn't stop by if I meet your soul in the afterlife a century from now. Take care. Toodaloo.
She can fly. Why didn't she just fly away? Did she really need to teleport?
You came after all.
Teleporting is easier, but like, just make her fly, man.
Why?
Do you really not know?
Well, not really, since we're not sharing my head anymore.
This is my world too, child. The affairs of small folk and those of dragons are one thing. The end of all creation at the hands of a demon is another entirely.
Then what you said about being weak, was that a lie?
No, it was not. But I am a predator. I know the value of a well-timed attack and the power of my momentum, even if that one strike was the only aid that I could give.
Thank you, Vair.
You are welcome, little one.
After everything I did for you, that's the least you could have done. You owed me.
Yes, I suppose I did, though I was not thinking in such contractual terms.
Now that Demogorgon has gone back to the Abyss, does that mean that the other demons who have come through the rifts are gone too?
No, I'm afraid not. That being said, he was certainly the biggest threat. There is nothing else in the Abyss so powerful as him, and nothing else near his size and strength could have made it through. Whatever demons are left will cause havoc where they can, but even all of them together could not accomplish the destruction that Demogorgon might have had.
So, what will you do now?
Demogorgon was not the only demon to come through the rift today. I imagine that many will be rising from the Underdark in the coming months, along with those who found other places in Faerun where the borders between worlds thinned. I will seek out my contacts, old friends and allies, to spread word of the danger. I have been away too long as it is, and should check on them. But I will come back. You will hear from me, and perhaps when you have had enough adventure, I can find wherever you have settled and keep an eye on you too. In case you ever need someone to talk to, at least.
As Vair looks at you, waiting for your answer, you remember everything that you have experienced together, all that you have endured as a pair. But you also cannot help remembering how hurt you felt, how betrayed, when you learned of Vair's choice to endanger you. Still watching, Endan Dravair awaits your answer. The next thing you say will determine your relationship.
Yeah. I'd like that. I really would. And you'll always have me there to listen to you too, okay?
Thank you, Katra. It is strange. I have never had a companion for more than a few days, not in my entire life. Now, though, it is hard to imagine living without one. I am starting to sound like a puppy that cannot stand to be without their owner. How undignified.
Everyone needs a friend. Or at least someone to talk to.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that is what the younger me was missing when I made so many mistakes. I had no one close to me to tell me that I was wrong. Be safe, little one. There is much to do, but I will be back. Until we meet again, farewell.
See you soon. Well then. Might as well get some use out of this thing while it lasts.
And, well, that has been... This was fun. Might be interesting to try the other classes. That was fun, actually. Yeah, surprisingly for a Minecraft pack. Fairly decent story. I do have a couple other map packs that might be somewhat decent. Like, they're not fully voice acted, but I know some have stories, but they're not like this in the sense of telling a specific tale. Like in the other ones, you literally can just destroy everything around you. When this one, obviously, you can't. But I might actually have to have a look, see if there are any more like this. I'm assuming, can you just replay the entire thing, or? Can you not just... This is gonna be a Minecraft stream error. If I can find any decent ones, then potentially? Do I just leave, or... Like, do I just need to delete the world and then retry again, or... Because, like, this is what I really don't like too much about these types of things. Is that once you're essentially done, you then just have to delete the world and create an entirely new one. Nah, they even have a little beholder thingy. I'm not sure what that is. At least I'm assuming it says beholder. That one is something. That one's something. These just cans. This little location is so cute. Yeah, deleting sucks. Yeah, like, you know, there's end on Java here. There's the thingy. I suppose now that I've done it, I can actually look around and recognize stuff. So, like, I wouldn't mind something like this, but I just have no friends to play it with. So it's just like, yeah. This is just a reminder that I don't have any friends to play with. Also, I don't really get why the multiple dice. Like, you've got a 4-sided up to 20-sided. Like, I'm obviously not a D&D person, but I don't get the differences in dice, if I'm being honest. None of my friends are nerdy enough for these games. Yeah, like, it might be kind of nice if they were, like, online sessions, but I've no idea where the fuck to find them. But I'll be calling it here, and I will be tossing up between... You gotta play with AI bots. Honestly, yeah, I would take that the only friends I could get were AI. But then we'll be trying to see what game to do next between Star Wars or... I can let you pick the next game if you want to go through my YouTube playlist and find ones that I haven't completed yet. But, of course, I'll be up to you. But for now, bye-bye.